Good morning. Welcome to the Daily Echo. Coming at you Tuesday, tremendous Tuesday, March 14th. We are one day away from the dreaded tax day. We haven't been live for a few days. I hope you enjoyed. And if you haven't, go back and watch the three previous episodes. We had John Gray talking a little bit about relationships. We had one about true Christianity and how just going to church doesn't always cut it. I think that we were pretty explicit in there trying to get people to understand that who we are really is Monday through Saturday. And we talked about church being the game day speech. It's when we're taught, maybe given instructions on how to be a little better, how to prepare better for the game. But the game is really played Monday through Saturday. And then yesterday we had Robin Sharpa talk a little bit about getting up early. One of my things that I was taught from an early age, my father gets up extremely early, and he had us getting up early. And I'm grateful for it because we get so much accomplished, getting up at 5 in the morning, exercise, and it just sets the stage for the day. So if you're not getting up early, get up early. You'll notice a huge difference. I want to talk about partnership a little bit today. Dave is, as we've talked about, Dave Blanchard, who's written one of the books of the month, actually two of the books of the month. He's done some coaching with us over the years, and he spends a lot of time in talking about partnership. And he talks about two forms of partnership. One is ourselves with God or Heavenly Father or something that's much bigger than us. But he also talks about a partnership with our partner, with our spouse, with my wife, Inger. And those of you that are watching this, whether you're married, you have a significant other, many people have partners in life. And he talks about three cancers, the three C's. There's more than that. Stephen Covey talks a little bit about different cancers, words that start with C. But he says in partnership, things that can really get us in trouble are being complacent, comfortable, and controlling. And sometimes when we've been in a relationship for a period of time, I do believe people get complacent. I think when people first meet each other, you think about it, people are going out on the town, whether they're meeting in a bar, whether they're meeting at church, whether they're meeting at a dance, whether they're meeting somewhere else, they tend to want to look their best. Usually they're exercising. A lot of times they're probably in the best shape of their life. And they really want to look good for this other person. Sometimes you'll see married couples and you'll see a wedding picture. And I've been in people's houses. Sometimes you look at the wedding picture and you look over at the people and you're like, it doesn't match. What's going on here? A lot of weight gets put on. They stop taking care of themselves. I believe that's one part of complacency. I also think a part of complacency is maybe you're opening the door for your spouse or your girlfriend. And as you've been married for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you don't care so much about that. These are things that we've got to try to go back to the beginning of the relationship and make sure we're doing those things that we did before, because complacency over time will create major problems. Comfortable, the same thing. Are we comfortable in the relationship? Are we are we comfortable, so comfortable we stop taking care of ourselves? Are we so comfortable that we stop looking out for the other person, that we become much more selfish? We always want to continue to strive to do more for the other person in the partnership than we do for ourselves. And sometimes those two can really create a problem when we get in that mindset. Studies show that it takes about 3 years. John Gray talks about it in one of his books. He says that, 3 years, the sex, the marriage, whatever you may have it, you can get away with a lot of things. 3 years post, a lot of those things start to fade. That's when we start to see problems that occur in relationships. And some people just coexist for a long time and they're not in love anymore and they're not doing the things they need to be in love. Stephen Covey calls love a verb. It's an action word. So we don't just say, I don't love so-and-so anymore. That means we're not serving that person. If you're falling out of love, then go the extra mile. Get flowers, do the dishes, buy dinner, serve. After a month, you'll find that love has grown again, because it's just like a plant. If you're not nourishing it, it's either getting stronger or it's dying. Last thing I want to talk about here is controlling. How many people or how many relationships have you ever been in where somebody's very controlling? It does not allow for a mutual relationship. It allows for a dominating relationship where one person is constantly on top, bellowing, doing what they need to do to get their orders done. There's no place in a relationship or a partnership for somebody to be controlling. Now, all of us have weaknesses, and so I'm not pointing the finger at anyone particularly. It tends to be men have more of these issues than women do, but it goes both ways. So just look yourself in the mirror and think of some of the things that you're doing. One of the best things to do, and Dave had us do this, is sit down with your spouse, your partner, and try to do it in an environment of honesty and just say, hey, what are some of my negative attributes? And don't be judgmental and say, when I show up in a certain way in our relationship, how does that affect you? How does it bother you? And if you can do it in an honest environment where you're really going to listen to the feedback and it's not, oh, she said 10 negative things about me, now I'm going to say 10 negative things about her. We're really trying to strengthen relationships and partnerships. So we want to do it in the spirit of love and in the spirit of understanding, because sometimes the way we see the world, our paradigms, are not the way the world is. So we want to get the impact, and we want to get the influence from the person that really should matter the most in our lives, our partner that we hopefully are going to build something on through the rest of our lives. So go forth, look yourself in the mirror more than anything. This isn't to go out and pick away your partner. It's to try to help us all to do a little bit better. Have a tremendous Tuesday. We'll be coming at you again tomorrow on Wonderful Wednesday. Get up early tomorrow if you haven't been getting up early. 5. Give it a 5, work out, start doing it. It'll take you about 2 weeks to develop the habit, maybe 3 weeks, 21 days. Have a great day. Thanks for taking time to watch the Daily Echo.